if you can hear me, I'll welcome you to the stream. So recently, CyberDimension Neptunia 4 Goddesses Online came out on Steam, as did the Neptunia DLC for Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash that came out a few days before. So buying both, I got that for free. So this is pretty much what we're going to be streaming today. Oh god, hope you can't hear that. A little bow wow outside or something. So yeah, welcome everybody. So I'm just going to get us started. One last check. I hope people can actually hear me, because I'm not sure about the audio, because I recently had to reformat my computer. So all my settings are gone, and it was a bit of a scramble to get it all done in time. So yeah, I'm a bit late. Well, 12 minutes according to my watch. So let's get started, I guess. So yeah, first we've got to load it up. Probably should have had it ready, but hey, I like winging it. Yeah, it does take a while to boot up, but once it's booted up, it should be no problem. We should be fine. I'll probably get rid of the mouse on the stream. Let me just see if I can do that. Let's get rid of the mouse. There we go. That's better. Just got to have the chat ready. I could probably do with actually having it on my tablet, so it's easier for me. Or I could window mode Senran CyberDimension. I don't know which people would prefer, but we'll see how we go. Right, looks like the game has decided for me, because it's full screened. Just don't mind me. I'll just get this all ready. Oh, my tablet's flat. Well, that's great. Oh, maybe I just had it turned off. We'll see what it says. It'd be nice if people could tell me if my speaking is okay compared to the game's audio. Much appreciated if people could confirm that for me if they're watching. We're going to just skip that because, you know, we're going to see that again. We'll see that again. Let me just... Where's... Borderless. So I'll just... Window. That's probably a good size. Right, so then I can have the chat in the corner with a little bit of a tweak wherever my mouse is. Because now I don't know what that is. Ah, there it is. Okay, it's locked. It's locked to the window. That's great. So I'll just quickly sort that right out. I hope it's not window locked after this. We'll see what happens. It won't let me move it. So if I just put this on top. Okay, that's not right. No, I don't want to do that. Really, I'd love it if I... Theatre mode. Let's... Right, no, I don't want to do that. Settings... No, I can't see the chat now. That sucks. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's nice. Is there a way I can actually get my mouse out of the game window? It's a little bit... Right, there we go, my tablet. Alright. It would be nice if I could just exit it quickly. Let's see if doing... That'll do it. Yeah, it does. And I can move that a bit further. There you go. Tablet's just catching up on everything. Okay, there we go. I'm in a good setting here. Shut up, tablet. I'm just hoping that people can actually hear the game as well as my audio, because, you know, I want people to be able to hear things. Yeah, my tablet's been off for a while, so it's getting a lot of notifications. Shut up, you. There you go. Under my body pillow, that'll solve it. Anyway, I said we weren't going to watch this because we're going to get to see it again anyway. So yeah, is there anyone who can give me feedback? I'd really appreciate that, because I hope you can hear me and the game at a reasonable sound. Anyway, I'll just start anyway, and I've just got to hope for the best, really. So as you can see, it uses some of the Mega Dimension assets, which are really nice. I wonder if these will be used again in the next main installment. I hope so, because they're really nice. I've actually had a sprite pack where I've actually been given the individual things, and there are a load of layers to these models. So, you know, Sunako, props to you. You are a really good artist. Not in the first game, but then I think this is a different dimension, so it's alright. Yeah, it's more of a laid back. You gotta love that overly over the top intro, and then it's just like, oh, they've also been chosen to be beta testers in this new game. But yeah, this game's been referenced many times, many times. So yeah, it's the first time it's been made in Unreal Engine. So yeah, it looks pretty nice. It's not really that little. Well, I guess they all have to log in, don't they? As you can probably tell, you know. Oh, Martinist, glad to have you with us. You didn't miss much. I was a bit late myself, so you're all right there, mate. So yeah, as you can see, they use still character models rather than the breathing ones from the main series, but then it's a spin-off. You can't really expect much more than that, really. I hope you can hear me and the game well, Martinist. You're really my only reference point. Well, apparently I am, and Martinist is as well. I do think she is actually, when she's calm, she is quite, you know, a very priestly figure. Yeah, she's basically the tank in the main games. Well, I like it. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, I don't want the game to be too much louder, because then I might sound a bit. But I'll just see what happens. I'll just turn it up like a tiny little bit. There you go. That's a little bit. So yeah, if that's loud enough, that's fine. And I'm glad my voice is fine, because I'm normally quiet, so I don't really do very well, especially in public speaking, because this is kind of public speaking in a private setting, really, isn't it? Streaming. Here we go, the MVP. I'm calling it now. Because she's very, she plays a lot of online games. Probably being Microsoft, that's pretty much to be expected, really. I believe she's a Lancer. Ah, okay. This is going to be an interesting party, isn't it? A paladin, a black knight, a priest, and an enchantress. A very good balance between physical attackers and magic users. Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting how they naturally have a chemistry. That's pretty cool. Yep, Neptunia, masters of the fourth wall break. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, the okay, what were their landmasses? Noir's Lustation is Black Regality. White Serenity. Yeah, I can't remember. It's been a while. Yep, the land of White Serenity and lolly lovers. Yep, the MMO master, and she's probably put a lot of hours into the previous 4 Goddesses Online. Not a real game in the in-game. Which I think's kind of sad. I mean, there's been teasing, because it's all like this, the candidates are handheld representations. But with the new generation, I'm wondering how the Switch is going to swap that up. That's going to be interesting. Because technically she could promote Rom and Ram to like goddesses as well, and all three of them would be goddesses. I mean, that would make sense, but the youngest becoming the goddesses first is kind of weird. Well, yeah, Martinus, the hair clip thing, you know, it just fits in with her. They are declips in a way, but, you know, it has to fit in with her outfit, you know. You don't want them to clash, really. I just love how the other three aren't really into the fourth wall thing, which I think is kind of alright, I guess. Oh dear. Yeah, I did try playing this on stream on the PS4. I didn't have the right equipment, so consider this a take 2, but it's probably going to be the first take on YouTube later. Neptune and Noir, they are a double act, and as are Blanc and Vert in a way. It's kind of funny. To be fair, most of the games result in them playing together anyway. Teaming up like it mentioned at the start, you know. Okay. Possibly. That's fair enough, Martinus. Playing the games in English is fine, you know. That's what you like. I just know that the dubs have a lot of unvoiced lines that the original has, which is why I prefer having the original voices, because then I have all the voices. Is Melissa Fan Neptune's voice actress, by the way? Because I'm aware that Vert and Noir have both had voice actress changes in dubs. I'm not 100% sure if who Melissa Fan is. I assume she's Neptune. I mean, you mentioned her, so I don't know. So you tell me. Yep, pretty much. She is the MMO expert. Well, normally beta tests don't save you progress, do they, really? I'm gonna look forward to this. Yeah, which doesn't exist in the real world, which is a shame. I mean, a lot of people were expecting this to be a genuine MMO sort of thing, but, you know, this is fine as well, because I love these girls. They're all amazing in their own ways. But normally beta tests don't give you access to the full game, really, do they? Because there's always going to be stuff they'll add later. I wonder if New Game Plus will take that into account. That'd be interesting, actually. Alright then, let's finally get down to some gameplay. And there's the first of CG. I always love these. And let's go. Now we'll have the opening proper, so enjoy it, guys. How was that? I really enjoy this opening. I really need to buy the single. Yeah, I bet that did surprise you, didn't it, Martinist? In-game cutscenes. They have access to the Unreal Engine, so why not take advantage of it, as far as I'm concerned. You know, it's pretty cool. Now, doesn't this girl look perfect as a certain goddess's little sister? She has the hair, at least. So, I'm just going to break this news to anyone who's watching who hasn't known this yet, but there's going to be a new Neptunia game by the end of the year, I'm hoping. brave Neptunia. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that, because the first time it's been made by a company not Japanese. It's made by a Canadian company, or being made by a Canadian company. See, yeah, you go. You got the comparison. Yeah, I'm sure you think so as well. Yeah. Boing. I'm sure even you'd be taken by surprise if all of a sudden Vert took you into her bosom. Be like, whoa. Bouncy, bouncy. A nosebleed, eh? I'm sure if we were in her situation, it'd be the same deal, yeah? And she even has the nosebleed. Blanc's insecurities strike again. Sorry about that, got a bit of a cough. Hopefully I won't do too much. Reactive AI. Learning AI. How's that? That's pretty futuristic, if I do say so. I'm sure that at some point in the future this very well could happen. She's the goddess. She doesn't have to know all the ins and outs, surely. Only in this world would effectively Sega be the #1 in tech. Every other area apart from one, yeah. Well, when it comes to the whole dimension thing, the games take place over multiple dimensions. So you could say each, like, part of them is like separate. A separate franchise that's sort of linked in a way, but sort of not really. So CyberDimension is pretty much, you know, the MMO world. You know, it's not quite like the whole Mega Dimension, Hyper Dimension, Super Dimension, Ultra Dimension. They're all different dimensions, all with their own individual light worlds. So, while some of them get linked together, some of them don't. You know, it is rather confusing. Really hard to get people into the series if you've come in this late. But you've pretty much got the whole Rebirth series. That's pretty much your Rebirth series is pretty much just, you know, the entry point as far as I'm concerned if you don't play the originals. Anyway, I'll try and cut down on the talking because I'm sort of going through these cutscenes really slowly, so I'll just try and just add a comment here and there like I normally do. Yeah, we've got to build the lore. Kind of like in the first game, although they did have their lands to go to. The Goddess of Fate. Goddess of Prosperity. So this is pretty much like the goddesses in Zelda Ocarina of Time, really. Fertility, eh? Of course she is. And of course, the world tree in an MMO will have lean from Leanbox in it, because of course it will. They are the MMO masters in this world, after all. From the world tree, which is pretty cool. Demon Congester. He sounds like a bit of a joke, doesn't he? Ha! Sorry, I couldn't resist. Feel free to facepalm all you like. A bit like the things in Ocarina of Time. You have to collect to open the Door of Time. Cool. So basically, the goddesses hang out in the divine realm until they are needed and summoned. Indeed. About 4 generations from what she said. But I'm pretty sure she tells this to everyone she meets, so yeah. As is MMO style. You know, you are the chosen ones, even though every other person in this world's actually a chosen one as well. But if you're in a party, you guys are the chosen ones. Yeah. I forget what the sacred treasures are, but then I didn't get too far in the PS4 version. There you go, we get to see them now. Righto, there you go. There's your lore. I hope you enjoyed that, because that's what we're working towards. Yeah, pretty much there you go. The CPUs are the models for the goddesses in 4 Goddesses Online. Not that you probably already knew that, though. Because sometimes the classics are the best. Quest received. So yeah, of course you get the tutorial dungeon first. Mind you, I didn't play many MMOs, especially not this sort of thing. Well, what it's based around. I mainly played like Pangya, which is a Korean golf MMO, which I thought I quite enjoyed. Unfortunately, the European servers are pretty much empty the last time I logged in, which is a shame because it got supported for like a few years, but then it kept swapping like hands for like publishers, and that basically just ruined it because people lost all their progress, which was pretty bad. But hey, these things happen. She's gonna get more of the bouncy bouncy. Which is easy to say when you have sisters and she doesn't, you know. I can understand that sort of yearning, just like she looks like she could be my little sister. I will make her so. Not that you can take her out of the MMO, which is sad. Yeah, unfortunately Pang is pretty much dead in the water, at least in Europe, unfortunately. I don't know how it is doing in America and Korea. I mean, I'm not sure if it's still on. I mean, I could check at some point during this stream if you want, which would be interesting. Because yeah, when the servers were busy it was great. I mean, there was all sorts of like tournaments and stuff. But I suppose anime golf can only appeal for so long. I mean, you've got Everybody's Golf on PlayStation, you know, that's still a reasonably popular franchise. I think she has been smitten by the bouncy bouncy. I bet she's secretly looking forward to it. So yeah, when I got this, I did actually try canyourunnit.com to see if I could actually run this, and it said I could run it on minimal settings, but not on the recommended. But just so you know, I'm actually playing it on maximum settings, and it is playing perfectly well, even with Chrome and streaming. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So when using warp points, be aware that bosses may appear right after warping. In such cases, the player cannot leave the dungeon until the boss is defeated. So if you get into a boss fight you can't win, then I guess it's game over. Icons marking locations for specific items or treasure chests are not generally displayed on the minimap. They will, however, appear when using a certain item. So let's head for this destination. You can see on the map there. And gameplay over, sorry. I wonder, can you keep up with her? The Paladin and the Black Knight already forming that famous popular rivalry. It's a good job they have a responsible person out back. And they've got a veteran MMO player, so you know, the party should all be good. Okay, back to gameplay. So yeah, first thing, attack. Okay. Lock on, yep. Locking onto an enemy will display their HP and break gauges. When their break gauge is depleted, they will become susceptible to massive damage. Elements the enemy is susceptible to are displayed under weakness. Attacking an enemy's weak point will inflict more damage and sometimes cause status effects. So if they're weak to fire, you can incur burn, weak to ice, freeze, lightning paralysis, wind, stun, there you go. And there you go, that's pretty much what they do. Not that you needed telling that if you already know RPGs and MMOs. Party members and enemies can acquire status effects during battle. If a party member is afflicted with a status effect, they can be healed with certain items. Okay, wrong one. Yes, guard. Oh. Now there's perfect guard. Yeah, I'm a bit too late there. There we go. Perfect guard allows you to counter attack, basically. Use an item. Skills. Left bumper. Fire! I missed. Fire! Fire! There you go. I think I inflicted burn. Go me. Hold the left button and press the A, B, X, Y buttons to use attack or healing skills. Uses SP. Switch between skill sets with the up and down directional buttons. So there you go. Skill set 1, skill set 2. See, you can have like loads of abilities, but unfortunately only start with 2. So you have to just make do with that until you learn some more after leveling up. And now the rest of the party joins us. Pressing the start button will open the menu. Change equipment or view your stats from here. Assign skills available in each skill set from within the menu. New skills are learned by leveling up. Members of your party will use skills available to them via their skill sets. Don't forget to set whatever skills you prefer they use during battle. Higher stat correlates to stronger skills. Strength-oriented attack skills lower HP more, and intelligence-based skills are more effective in reducing the break gauge. So let's go straight into fight now. Combine skills. I love that. Blancs has just casted Fireblade on me. That's pretty cool. So these enemies should become easier. So yeah, in regards to this new Neptunia game coming out, you know, it's a 2D platformer. And brace yourselves, it could also be coming to Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. Which would be the first time that they've ever been on one of those, which sounds pretty cool actually. I'd be looking forward to playing it on Switch in particular because, you know, playing it on the go. 2D side scroller, so you know, it's a different take on the formula. Looks a bit like I can't remember the name, and I just skipped over that. Sorry. If you want to pause the video at some point when we are on when it comes on YouTube, you can just pause the video and just check that out. And there you go, my first level up. There's nothing feels better than doing that. So everyone's leveled up, that's cool. And as you can tell, pretty using all the basic enemy types. So yeah, I'm pretty much looking forward to that one. Platforming's not been done yet, so you know, this could be pretty cool. As you can tell, it actually runs like an MMO as well, so if you pause it, you can still move about. The game doesn't stop, which can be a bit annoying. But then I'm sure if you play with MMOs, I'm sure this is a problem you always experience. So, you know, it's nothing new to you. For someone who doesn't really play these sorts of MMOs, it was a bit... threw me off a bit. Yeah, I think I'm getting used to it. One thing I do love is the fact that we do actually have a boss coming up. Of course, when it comes to games like this, I do tend to find myself just mashing the attack button. Probably not ideal, but then we got a healer on the party, so I don't really feel like I need to worry about that. Whoa! Whoa, calm down, mate. So yes, I'm not sure about strategy. Look, this is so confusing. You've got to be sure you're out of combat before you try doing this. But maybe if I get used to the controls, I'll be able to do something. I'm going to try play this on stream as much as possible. So for a few Sundays at least, when I do come online, then I will actually be playing this game. And there you go. What other boss was it going to be? Of course, it's the giant Dogu, or the big Dogu. Whoa. Oh, so yeah, we're pretty much... Whoa! Oh. Oh, we got the break gauge down. And as you can see, tutorial boss, easy peasy. So that's the tutorial done. It's over there. I think that's it. Looks like it, doesn't it? Yep. There we go. And we've done it. We have made it to the town. Of course she is. What to do? So yeah, I get to pick actually where we go. Should be pretty interesting. The city of Wishwell is the hub for adventurers. Various facilities exist within the city in order to provide support for players in their adventures. Exclamation point icons will appear above characters in Wishwell. Press A while hovering over them to trigger events. Red for main events, blue for sub-events, just like in the main series. So yeah, we can talk to all the goddesses first. And there's loads of NPCs around as well. So what do we do first, guys? Because these are all cutscenes. Reds are important, right? That's what it told us, yeah. So yeah, here we go, tactics. SP conversion, there you go. And there you go, a little achievement there. So yeah, if we do all the talking, we might pretty much run out of time by the time we actually get to the cathedral. But sure, let's do it. Well, you guys probably know better than me, but yeah, I can understand that like factor. Which is the reason why games like Warframe and what is the other one? What is that main one? Comments will tell me. And then you're trapped in the game world forever and you become a recluse. But then how do they save the world? Rest in peace, Neptune. That was like a chain reaction of negativity there, wasn't it? I mean, this subject's been covered in anime a lot recently. I mean, I know there's an anime last season, which I thought was pretty, like, should probably be pretty interesting to check out at some point. Is it like, I forget if it's called like Recovery of an MMO Addict, I think that's what it's called. If you want to think of checking that out, be my guest. I'd encourage you to do it because I hear it's pretty good. And that's the thing as well, isn't it, about MMOs? The whole rare drop thing. Was he? I did not know that, if that's the case. That's quite a shocking fact, isn't it? Mind you, when it comes to... I wonder where they get all their time to play games. I wonder if there's some sort of like goddess time or something. They don't have to function on our 24-hour clock. I figure that'd be pretty sad, to be honest. Mind you, when MMOs get sequels, a lot of the times the previous game gets lost, but then there are some times when the previous game lives on and the other one dies out. That's a pretty interesting fact, isn't it? I mean, putting opinions aside, you know, if it's a good anime, it's a good anime. I mean, condone him for his beliefs, but hey, if the anime is good and teaches you a good message, then, you know, can't all be bad, can it? Not that I'm defending someone who would be a Nazi sympathizer. Never thought I'd say that on this stream. That is pretty, you know, I've always wondered, you know, how some people can like play all sorts of different MMOs at once. It just seems like a mammoth task, you know. If they don't have anything better to do, then that's fair enough. But I just find that amazing. Whether you want to take that as a good or bad, I'll leave it up to you. It's a shame, really, if an MMO, because MMOs sort of run on word of mouth, don't it? If people playing it don't spread the gospel, it sort of dies. I'm sure a lot of good MMOs have gone down because of that, which sounds like a real shame. It's just like me when Panya kept changing like publisher or whatever, hoster, and it just, you lost all my data and all. I actually did spend some money as well, which kind of sad. Memories live on, even if the physical thing no longer exists. Pretty good, pretty good. She is, though. One of the few times she looks like it. I mean, judging from the time we have left, you know, I want to have a quick go on Peach Beach Splash with the Neptune DLC. So about 20 minutes or so, we'll swap to that. So we might not get much more gameplay now because, you know, this is just the introduction. I mean, if I had the time, I would totally play this longer. I didn't even pay attention to that. What were they talking about? Some people can live off not sleeping for days. I don't think I could ever stay awake for like 96 hours. Maybe that's just goddess capable. There you go. Neptune says, don't do that. Oh jeez, that's pretty bad, isn't it? Unfortunately, it's all about money. If it's not making money, they can't maintain it. I mean, sure. Heresy. Neptune the heretic. Well, yeah, consider it's based on the actual goddesses. I would imagine that 4 Goddesses Online would be an eternal MMO. I mean, what would it say about the goddesses if it did actually die? Or if guild. Sorry, I just tapped the mic with my headset, sorry. They have such a great chemistry. It's ending wonder that people pair them up. Yeah, that's something I much more expect from Blanc, but don't tell her I said that. Yeah, you and your thunder tits. Okay. Use the bulletin board to play quests with up to 4 other users. The quests available via the bulletin board are exclusive to the multiplayer mode. So yeah, there's multiplayer mode. I mean, if I were ever popular enough that I could get a party together and just stream it, that'd be great, but something tells me that's not going to happen. Create a room to invite others to play. Rooms require a name, number of players, and a quest to play. Available quests are determined by your guild rank. Join another player's quest by searching for rooms according to specific conditions. Rooms can also be joined via room codes, which will be explained later. Ooh. The matching screen will appear after creating a room. The quest will begin once enough players, set by the room creator, join or the room creator starts the quest. Room codes displayed in the bottom right area of the matching screen may be used to join rooms. To join a specific room, just search for its room code. Bulletin board quests are completed by defeating certain monsters. Rare materials may be found via these quests. Some functions cannot be used during multiplayer. The reward shown on the bulletin board's quest card is part of the reward given for defeating the monsters specified in the quest. So basically, you'll see it in your little window what the quest item is. Rewards listed on the first line of the rewards column are guaranteed, while those on the second line are not. Other materials have a chance of also being acquired. End multiplayer from system within the menu or via return points in the field. Return items cannot be used during multiplayer. Quests do not carry failure conditions, but if the party leader withdraws or becomes KO'd in battle, the party will automatically be dissolved. So basically, if you're going to be the leader, you better be good, because you will be the one ending the game. Communicate with other players using the chat function located within the menu. The back button may also be used to access this screen. Available chat types are normal chat and EX chat, which plays voice clips of the currently selected character. Type freely using open chat. So really, you'd have to use the dub if you were English to actually be able to use these. Hold on. Oh, you're adventurous too? I feel like I've seen those avatars somewhere. Well, they do look like the goddesses. So yeah, just highlight them and you can actually see their things. Alright, let's talk to this shadowy figure. Really, this is very dodgy. Almost like a black mage from Final Fantasy, yeah. I wonder. Friends? Oh dear, this is why they call her Lonely Heart. Well, it looks like you just lost a sale. No, I think you were just talking to the wrong person. Oh look, it's blank. There are some facilities here we can't go in yet. I wonder when we'll be able to use those. You are in a beta. So let's go to the cathedral. Get the main quest started. This is also the save area. I'm sure it would. Oh, come on, let's see. Yeah, of course you're going to think your goddess is the best. There she is, instigating again. Oh. The Cathedral of the Goddesses. That's what I'm going to call it. Oh, look who's back. She did say she'd be here, you know. Oh, there you go. Yeah. The MMO junkie cannot sort fiction from reality. She's probably more relaxed. Let's see what happens. Nope, enough of that, you. I love how they position the models and it actually looks like she's got her by the back and just dragging her away, like, nope. Something tells me that's not something healing needs. That's not something a healer needs to do. I wonder if she'll still be alive by the end of this. So much nosebleed. Okay, well here we go. We're gonna find out how to save the world. Pay attention, this is important. The power of the goddesses. Okay, let's hear about this. Sounding a bit like Fairy Fencer. Just a little bit. So the world tree is probably losing its power, maybe. So the tree was used to heal, but then is just not doing it anymore. Oh right, Demon King curse, of course. So yeah, they need help from the mortals. Okay, so we will actually get to go to the Divine World. So yeah, pretty much that's where the colour relation comes in. The Demon King's gotta have an army though, right? There you go, and that's exactly why Noir and Neptune are those classes, because they are the powerful ones from the looks of it. Okie dokie then. So the forest and the mountain areas. And I'm pretty sure since this is an MMO, you'll be able to choose which one you go to. Okay, we'll go to the mountain then. I'm going to assume that there's a deep MMO expert reason. So, instinct, or impulse, whichever one you want to call it. Oh, okay. Metal collector. Does she collect metal? Oh jeez. She's very into this. I think she's been taken in by the dark side. I think it's a bit late to be thinking about that. Right-ho then. And she's gone. Sad Vert is sad. I think you've already started her on the path. Yes, I'm pretty sure there's save and purification. And isn't it funny how the church attendant looks like a palette swapped bouquet? Yeah. In the cathedral, prayers can be offered up in order to help one's adventures, and previously viewed CGs can be replayed. Data can be saved here as well. By using prayer, helpful effects can be activated for a price. After leaving a dungeon and returning to town, however, the effect will disappear. So yeah, pretty much basically that means that you can give yourself a boost. Anyway, let's save the data. Yeah, it feels like we're a bit late. So you can go to the gallery and see all the CGs we've seen so far. Not a lot, but hey, we'll get there. So random. Raise HP, SP, strength. Yeah, they get more expensive as we go along. Raises the XP. Yeah, that's definitely something you could probably save. But while we're here, we might as well do a pray. Let's do a random one. And there we go, pray to the goddess. Let's save again. So yeah, I think we'll just do a few more talking bits in town, and that'll be it. Well, it was always going to be like that, Martinist, I'm sorry. But next week, it'll be all gameplay, I promise. Well, mostly gameplay. And now she'll get something off her chest. Literally. Now I'm sure the Lowy fans out there will be crying, "Heresy! How could you?" It's just a stealth inflation. I'm sure they don't notice. I have a feeling that she's gonna get mad. Oh, I feel bad for her. Don't you feel pity for Blanc at this point, you know? It's like, that's a shame. I mean, I like how she is, but, you know. Well, they aren't. Aww. Calling her a little lamb probably isn't very good, but I think she's already a bit too mad anyway. Kirio, the man who overcame death several times. Yeah, there you go. There's your Sword Art Online reference, which was always going to be the case, wasn't it? So yeah, I think we'll end the stream. Well, not the stream, but we'll end this game's stream here. So yeah, let's just go back to the cathedral, save, and I'll be back very shortly with Peach Beach Splash. So alright, I'm just going to make some changes and be right back with Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash online with Neptune.